Have you ever started your morning feeling fine, only to feel dizzy or drained minutes later? No warning, no pain, just a strange heaviness, or a head that feels like it's floating. If you're overaltmush, especially with high blood pressure or diabetes, you might be making one simple mistake every morning that quietly increases your risk of stroke. It's not something dramatic. In fact, it probably feels normal, even healthy. But after working with thousands of older adults as a neurologist, I've seen how one small habit in the first hour of your day can either protect your brain or slowly, silently, put it in danger. In this video, I'll reveal the 5 most common morning drink mistakes I've seen lead to strokes in patients who thought they were doing everything right. By the end, you'll know exactly what to change and what to drink instead to protect your clarity, independence, and years of healthy living ahead. If this topic hits close to home, leave a comment sharing your morning routine or any health scare you've faced. And if you care about protecting your future, like this video and subscribe for more science-backed tips made just for you. Mistake number 1. Sweetened iced coffee or flavored lattes. For millions of older adults, that first sip of iced coffee or flavored latte feels like a reward. The clink of ice, the swirl of cream, the familiar scent. It's more than a beverage. It's comfort. A small pleasure to start the day. After everything you've lived through, why not enjoy something that makes you feel good? But here's where things get quietly dangerous. Sweetened iced coffee, especially the kind with syrups, flavored creamers, or whipped toppings, may seem harmless, but inside your body, something else is happening. That sugar and caffeine combo is far more aggressive than it looks in your cup. When you drink it on an empty stomach, sugar rushes into your bloodstream. That sharp spike forces your body into overdrive. Your blood vessels start to narrow from the caffeine. Your blood thickens, and your heart begins working harder than it needs to. For someone in their 60s or 70s, especially with high blood pressure or a history of heart problems, this is like setting off a silent alarm, but you won't hear it. You won't feel pain. In fact, you might feel great for a few minutes. Alert, focused, even energized. That's the trap. This routine, repeated every morning, may be putting enormous pressure on blood vessels that are already aging. Tiny arteries in the brain don't get enough oxygen. Over time, inflammation builds. Circulation weakens. And one morning, a clot forms. It travels, it blocks, and everything changes. I've seen it happen too many times. A senior who walks daily, takes their meds, never smoked. Still, they show up in my clinic after a stroke, confused, numb on one side, struggling to speak, and they can't believe it. They did everything right, or so they thought. The truth is, it's often not about what you eat. It's what you drink that sets the tone for your body each day. That flavored iced coffee, that sweet vanilla latte, it might be comforting, but to your arteries, it's a daily dose of stress. You might be thinking, but isn't coffee good for you? Isn't it full of antioxidants? Yes, plain coffee in moderation can be fine, but once you add sugar, artificial flavors, processed creamers, and drink it first thing on an empty stomach, the story changes. What was once a simple cup becomes a complex cocktail of triggers for inflammation, blood pressure spikes, and poor circulation. And here's something most people overlook. Even non-dairy creamers often contain sodium, preservatives, and chemicals that quietly raise your blood pressure These aren't just minor details. These are the ingredients silently working against your heart and brain. You deserve better than that. If coffee is your morning ritual, you don't have to give it up entirely. But it's time to make it safer. Start by drinking water first. Always. Then, if you want coffee, keep it simple. Black, or with a small splash of unsweetened almond or oat milk. Skip the syrups. Skip the sugar. And if cold coffee is your favorite, try brewing your own at home. Control what goes in it. Add cinnamon instead of sugar. Use real milk if you can tolerate it. Let your coffee serve you, not hurt you. Because here's what's at stake. Not just your energy for the day, but your independence, your clarity, your memory, the ability to speak, to walk, to recognize the people you love. These things aren't lost overnight. They fade in small steps, or in one quiet morning that started, like always, with your favorite drink. The goal isn't fear, it's awareness. You have more control than you think. And it begins with what's in your cup. Every choice you make is a message to your body. You're either fueling your future or quietly taking away from it. So tomorrow morning, take a moment. Before you reach for that iced latte, ask yourself, is this helping me live stronger? Or just feel comforted for 5 minutes? That shift in thinking, that pause, could change everything. Mistake number 2, bottled fruit juice, even 100% pure. For many years, a glass of orange juice in the morning was seen as a symbol of good health, bright, sweet, and refreshing. It felt like the perfect way to start the day, especially for older adults. It came with the promise of vitamin C, energy, and vitality. But here's the hard truth. Bottled fruit juice, even those labeled as 100% pure, often carries a hidden risk. It may look healthy, but it behaves more like soda once it enters your body. The problem isn't the fruit itself. It's what's missing. When juice is processed and bottled, the fiber is removed. And that fiber is exactly what your body needs to slow down sugar absorption and protect your blood vessels. Without fiber, that juice becomes a fast-acting sugar bomb. Your blood sugar spikes. Your arteries tighten. Your blood pressure rises. And your heart has to work harder than it should, especially in the early hours of the day. Now think about that happening every morning, day after day, week after week. Over time, this habit creates low-grade inflammation inside your blood vessels. The kind you don't feel, the kind that builds slowly, silently. If you have high blood pressure or diabetes, this spike is even more dangerous. It puts extra strain on arteries that may already be stiff or narrowed, and if you're taking medications to control those conditions, this kind of sugar load could be working directly against them. What's even more misleading is how the packaging talks to you. Words like no added sugar, natural, or heart healthy create a sense of safety. But the truth is, most bottled juices are still packed with natural sugar in doses that overwhelm your system, especially on an empty stomach. It's not about fear. It's about clarity. You deserve to know that one glass of bottled juice in the morning might be doing more harm than good. Not because you made a bad choice, but because no one told you the full story. So what can you do instead? Start with water. Always hydrate first. Then, if you love fruit, go for the whole fruit. Eat an orange instead of drinking the juice. It gives you the fiber, the nutrients, and the fullness that helps protect your heart and brain. You can also blend your fruit into smoothies that include the pulp and seeds. That way, your body receives the nutrition in a balanced, slower form. One, your blood vessels can actually handle. This small shift can make a big difference over time. You're still enjoying something sweet, still giving your body vitamins, but in a form that supports your long-term health instead of challenging it. Remember, your morning sets the tone for your entire day. If your body wakes up to a sugar surge, it has to spend hours trying to recover. But if you wake up with balance, your heart, your brain, and your energy levels all get the support they need to carry you forward. You're not just drinking a beverage. You're sending a message to your body. Am I protecting you today or making things harder without realizing it? The choice is yours, and it's simpler than you think. So the next time you reach for that bottle of juice, pause. Think of your future self. Think of your circulation, your memory, your strength. That pause could change everything. Mistake dry diet soda, zero sugar drinks. At first glance, diet sodas and zero sugar drinks seem like the safer choice. No sugar, no calories. That sounds like a smart decision, especially for anyone managing blood pressure, blood sugar, or weight. But here's what many people don't realize. Just because something has no sugar doesn't mean it's harmless. In fact, for adults over 60, these drinks may carry risks that go far beyond what's printed on the label. The danger isn't just what's missing. It's what's been added in its place. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame and sucralose are designed to trick your taste buds, but they can also confuse your body. Studies show they may still trigger insulin responses, similar to sugar, which creates stress on your metabolism even without raising blood sugar directly. This stress doesn't always show up right away, but over time, it can lead to insulin resistance, inflammation inside your blood vessels, and changes in how your heart and brain communicate. For older adults, especially those with existing conditions, these changes are not small. They're powerful, and they're silent. Even more concerning, DEET drinks can affect your gut health. They alter the balance of good bacteria that help your body process nutrients and regulate inflammation. When your gut is off, your whole system feels it mentally, physically, emotionally, and that's not all. Many diet sodas contain caffeine and sodium. That means they don't hydrate you. They actually pull water out of your system. For seniors, dehydration is no small matter. It makes your blood thicker, reduces circulation, and increases the risk of clots, especially in the brain. Think about that. A drink you thought was helping could be slowly increasing your stroke risk every single day. But the real danger is how normal it feels. It doesn't taste too sweet. It doesn't make you feel sick. It just feels like a responsible choice, maybe even a healthy one. That's why it's so tricky. You might be drinking it to cut back on sugar, to stay in control, to avoid what feels like a worse option. But the truth is, swapping one danger for another doesn't protect your health. It just changes the shape of the risk. So what can you do instead? Start with the simplest replacement of all water. If you miss the bubbles, try sparkling water without added sweeteners. Add lemon, mint, or even a few slices of cucumber. Give your body something it can use, not something it has to fight. You don't have to stop enjoying your drinks, but you do deserve to know what they're really doing behind the scenes. Because every choice you make about what you drink is a choice about how your heart beats, how your brain functions, how your body stays alive and well. It's not about being perfect, it's about being clear and kind to yourself. Tomorrow morning, when you reach for that can of diet, soda, or bottle labeled zero sugar, pause. Ask your body if it feels supported or if it's being pushed just a little too far. That pause can be the first step toward better circulation, sharper focus, and a longer, stronger life. You've come too far to be fooled by a label. You deserve the truth and the chance to choose what really works for you. Mistake number 4, energy and sports drinks. It's easy to see why energy and sports drinks have become so popular. They're colorful, convenient, and full of promises. More energy, better focus, hydration. For older adults trying to stay sharp and active, they seem like a smart option. But those promises come with a cost many don't expect. Energy drinks are packed with high levels of caffeine, added sugars, and stimulants like taurine or ginseng. These ingredients are designed to push your body into high gear, and while that may sound helpful, it can be dangerous for an aging heart. The rush you feel isn't natural energy. It's your nervous system being forced into overdrive. Your heart beats faster. Your blood vessels tighten. Your blood pressure can spike within minutes for someone in their 60s or 70s, especially with existing heart issues. That's a serious risk. Even more concerning is how normal this feels. You might feel more awake, more alert, more capable, but your body is actually struggling to keep up. It's working harder than it should just to keep things steady. Sports drinks come with a different kind of message. They promise hydration, electrolyte balance, and recovery. But many of them are loaded with added sodium and artificial colors. That added sodium can quietly raise your blood pressure, especially when you're not sweating heavily or losing fluids through intense activity. For seniors who are simply trying to stay hydrated, that extra sodium and sugar can do more harm than good. Instead of helping your kidneys and circulation, these drinks can disrupt the balance your body needs to function smoothly. The hidden risk is dehydration. Many people turn to these drinks thinking they're helping their bodies recover. But the caffeine and sodium inside can actually cause more fluid loss. And when your body loses too much fluid, your blood gets thicker, circulation slows down, oxygen delivery drops, and your risk of blood clots increases. For older adults, even mild dehydration can create the perfect conditions for a stroke. And yet these drinks are often seen as modern health tools. They're in commercials, fitness ads, and even hospital vending machines. That's what makes them so tricky. They look like they belong in a healthy routine, but they weren't designed for older bodies. They weren't made for people with slower metabolism, narrower blood vessels, or more fragile circulation systems. And it's not just about physical strain. These drinks can affect your mental clarity too. That temporary boost in energy can be followed by fatigue, fogginess, or even anxiety. It becomes a roller coaster that wears you down instead of lifting you up. You don't need to force your body to wake up. You need to support it. If you want more energy in the morning, try starting with warm water and a pinch of natural sea salt. Add a slice of lemon, if you like. It's gentle, hydrating, and gives your brain and muscles the kind of fuel they actually need. You don't need to feel like you're falling behind. You just need tools that are made for you, not for someone half your age. Your body is strong, but it works differently now. It deserves respect, not stimulation. So the next time you reach for that brightly colored bottle promising a boost, pause. Ask yourself if this is what your heart and brain truly need, or just a shortcut with hidden costs, because energy doesn't have to come from a can. It can come from clarity, balance, and the quiet power of making choices that actually support your life. You still have so much life to live. Let your mornings fuel that gently, wisely, and on your terms. Mistake number 5, skipping water entirely. Of all the morning mistakes we've talked about, this last one may seem the least serious, but it's actually the most dangerous. It's the habit of skipping water entirely in the morning. It sounds harmless. You might think you'll get to it later. Maybe with breakfast. Maybe with your pills. But when you delay that first glass of water, you're asking your body to start the day already behind. After a full night's sleep, your body is mildly dehydrated. You haven't had anything to drink for 6, maybe 8 hours. Meanwhile, you've been losing water just by breathing and regulating body temperature. That first moment when you wake up, your blood is thicker, your circulation is slower, and your brain, which depends on steady blood flow and oxygen, is already under stress. For someone over 60, that's not a small issue. It's a hidden risk. Here's the part most people don't know. As we age, our sense of thirst weakens. That means by the time you feel thirsty, your body may have been running low on fluids for hours. And during those early hours of the day, that delay can raise your chances of clotting. Many strokes in older adults happen in the morning. The body is dehydrated. The blood vessels are stiff. And all it takes is one small clot in the wrong place to change everything. Speech disappears. Movement stops. Memory goes blank. It happens fast. But the setup happens slowly. You don't have to feel sick or dizzy to be at risk. You just have to be dry inside. And most people don't feel it coming. But the good news is, this is one of the easiest things to fix. No supplements. No big diet changes. Just one glass of water. Plain, room temperature. Nothing added. Right when you wake up, water helps thin your blood slightly, making it easier for your heart to pump. It refreshes the brain, which is made mostly of water, and it gets your digestive and nervous systems ready for the day ahead. It doesn't take much. Just one simple habit, done every morning, can reduce your stroke risk, improve your focus, and protect your independence. It's not dramatic. It's not exciting, but it's powerful. If remembering feels hard, keep a glass by your bed, or drink it while waiting for your coffee to brew. Stack it into your routine. Let it become your first act of self-care each day. This isn't just about hydration. It's about sending the right message to your body. I'm here. I'm paying attention. I care about what happens next. You deserve to start your day with support, not stress. You've made it this far by surviving a lot. Let's make the next step stronger by giving your heart and brain the one thing they need most: water. So tomorrow morning, before anything else, take that sip. It may be the most important 5 seconds of your day. And over time, it might be the reason you stay healthy, clear-headed, and fully yourself for years to come. Here's a question that's worth asking. If these drinks are so risky, especially for people over 60, why do we keep turning to them? Why are they part of our daily routines, often without a second thought? The answer isn't just about taste or habit. It's about trust. For years, we've been told certain things are healthy. Juice means vitamin. Diet soda means control. Coffee means energy. These messages get repeated so often. They start to feel like truth. But here's the reality. Most of us didn't grow up learning how the aging body works. No one pulled us aside at 60 or 65 and said, "Your heart needs different things. Now, your brain reacts differently to stress. Your arteries don't bounce back the way they used to." And because no one said it, we just kept doing what felt normal, what felt comforting. We thought, if I'm not in pain, I must be fine. If I'm not sick, I must be safe. But health after 60 is rarely that loud. It doesn't always come with a warning. That's why it's so important to shift the way we think. It's not about blaming ourselves or feeling like we failed. It's about realizing that we've reached an age where small, thoughtful choices matter more than ever. Because those small choices quietly build the quality of our next 10 or 20 years. You don't have to become a different person to protect your health. You just need clear information. The kind that isn't wrapped in marketing, the kind that respects where you are in life and what your body needs now. So instead of asking, "Am I doing everything right?" ask, "This is this choice giving my body peace? Is it helping me stay strong, clear, and connected to the people I love?" That shift, going from reacting to truly listening, is where real power begins. Not from fear, but from clarity, from the belief that your health is worth protecting, that you are worth the effort it takes to choose better. And that belief changes everything. The choices you make in the first hour of your day matter more than most people realize. A simple drink, a missed glass of water, a habit that feels harmless could quietly be shaping your health in ways you can't yet see. But now, you know better. It's not about being perfect. It's about being aware, about giving your heart and brain the calm, steady support they deserve, starting each day with intention. If this message resonated with you, take a moment to share your thoughts in the comments. What's one small change you're ready to make starting tomorrow? And if you found value here, like this video and subscribe, not just for yourself, but for someone else who may need this knowledge, this nudge, this moment of clarity. Because protecting your health isn't just a task, it's a gift, one you give yourself every single day.